Magandang araw ho sa ating lahat, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga guruan ng Department of Education. Kasali na din yung mga nasa private schools dahil ang Department of Education or DepEd naglabas ng DepEd Order No. 6 Series of 2026 noong March 24. Now, kasali ho dito yung mga private schools natin. So, this is the guidelines on ensuring a safe and motivating learning environment. So, ang acronym ho nito is ESMLE. Okay? Inilabas ng DepEd ang DepEd order na ito dahil sa prevalent ng bullying sa schools, batay na din doon sa resulta ng PISA na 65% ng mga Filipino learners experience bullying-related incidents several times a month. Then, napaloob din sa DepEd order na to, o again, I guess alam na natin na yung Prefect of Discipline, tatawagin yung Learner Formation Officer. This will be responsible for maintaining a safe and respectful learning environment by enforcing school policies and managing learner behavior. Then, isa sa mga importante na dapat ninyong malaman dito is yung mga prevention strategies na pwedeng gawin ng isang school, either private or public. Number one, yung mga protocols, number one is magkaroon ng learner handbook. I guess most of the private schools, they have their own handbook. Sa mga public naman, I guess meron din. So, dapat nasa learner handbook, kasali doon yung reporting, how to do the reporting and response procedures. Okay, kung paano gagawin yung mga kaso ng mga bullying at saka even not bullying, other related cases. Then the confidentiality dapat nandoon din. All identity and privacy must be handled properly. Then, anong gagawin doon sa documentation and record keeping, the referral mechanism, anong pwedeng gawin kapag hindi na kaya ng school, then the rules and responsibilities of the school leaders, teachers, CPC members, guidance counselor, learners, at saka yung mga parents. And of course, napaloob yung psychosocial and mental health support. So again, number one, para sa mga prevention strategies na pwede gawin ng school, ang mga protocols. One is yung learner handbook. Number two, standardized code of conduct. Now, para naman sa standardized code of conduct, for example, sa mga personnel, dapat balikan yung professionalism and ethics doon sa Republic Act 713, doon sa Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees para sa mga nasa public. But of course, meron naman din yan sa mga private kasali doon sa Magna Carta for teachers doon ipinalabas ng PRC. As well as DepEd Order number 49, Series of 2022, the amendments to DepEd Order number 47, Series of 2022. So, yan ho. Then number two, the Code of Conduct for Learners. I guess dapat ma-outline kung ano yung mga expected na mga behaviors ng mga learners inside and outside the school. Then, ito, localized anti-bullying policy. Nasa RA number 10627, dapat bawat school merong localized na anti-bullying policy. But for this DepEd order, meron silang ibinigay na template which is kasali doon sa nasa annex ng DepEd order na to at titingnan ho natin. Kapag gusto ninyo ng template, of course, you can download it later with DepEd order number 6 series of 2026. Pero kapag gusto niyo ng editable na template, meron din ho tayo. Just look at doon sa ating description section. So, ano ba yung mga protocols pa natin? And anti-hazing, alam natin yan, anti-hazing, unfraternity sororities prohibition. Then of course, yung other security measures para sa mga schools. Pagkaroon ng security personnel, merong visitor guidelines, then mga bag inspections, okay. Then, alam mo natin na merong mga prohibited items and confiscation na pwedeng gawin. Okay, so tulad ng mga firearms, daggers, knuckles, etc. Or chemicals, even chemicals, illegal substances. Dapat lahat ng to ay makikita doon sa Code of Conduct ng ating mga estudyante. Alam nila kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin. Then, para na din sa ang vehicle at saka item inspection, dapat gawin yan. At encourage na magkaroon ng CCTV and security equipment ang bawat school. Then, prohibition of portable electronic devices during instructional hours. So, hindi naman totally banned yung mga cellphones, gadgets, but strictly dapat during instructional hours hindi pwedeng gumamit ng cellphones and other portable electronic devices, both learners and personnel. So, klaro ko yan, both learners and personnel during instructional period. Okay? So, but of course, in every rule, there's always an exemption. Okay? So, kapag ginagamit yung mga gadgets for academic purposes, may research, yung mga ganon, then on emergency situations, pwede namang gumamit. Okay? Then, marami pa ho yan. Just take a look in it. Okay? Um, Then, meron din mga response strategies. Dapat naka-ano din yung mga SOPs, mga risk assessment kapag merong nangyari, incident reporting, ano ba ang dapat gawin, then referral protocols kapag not scope within the school, pwedeng i-refer, investigation protocols, and of course, again, with regards to investigation, dapat we must be mindful of DepEd Order number 40, series of 2012, uh, as well as yung DepEd Order number 15, series of 2012. Okay? And DepEd Order number 49, series of 2006. So, meron din tayong mga procedural process. I guess sinusunod naman ito ng mga paaralan natin. One is written notice, okay? Then right to answer complaints, then a written decision, then pwede namang mag-appeal. So, especially if um, ma- may medyo mabigat yung naging parusa. Okay, then every schools is also encouraged to do interventions doon sa mga learner rights na mga kaso. Then, of course, these are our enforced things that we need to do. Number one, para sa number one intervention is positive discipline. Okay? Number two, limitations of imposing discipline. Okay? So what's the, ano ba yung um, limitation? Dapat number one, prioritize the best interest of the learner. Then how can I say that the sanction must be proportionate to the nature and gravity of the offense. Then be applied only for a valid cause based on the observable and reasonable grounds. Alright, then schools, always remember, dapat merong monitoring and reporting. Kasali dyan, number one, incident tracking, regular audits, feedback mechanisms, documentation, and data integrity. So, in cases na merong mga urgent na mga situations, ito yung mga pwedeng mga hotline, mga emergency numbers na pwedeng tawagan. 911, National Emergency Hotline. 1383, mahalin at kailangan kalingain. Mahalin at kalingain ating mga bata, helpline. Then 1553, National Center for Mental Health Crisis Hotline. Okay, ito ay Learners Telesafe Contact Center. 0286321372 and the 0285256028 National Bureau of Investigation Anti-Violence Against Women and Children Division. So, yan mga hotline, emergency hotlines na pwedeng tawagan ng ating mga learners and even also our adults. Okay? Then, as what I told you, proceed tayo dito sa Annex D, yung template for anti-bullying policy. So, ito yung Annex D natin, DepEd Anti-Bullying Policy Template for Schools. Dito, naka-note ng section highlighted in yellow, okay, shall be completed by schools. Kasi, merong mga naka-yellow dito, ano ba yung pwede gawin ng schools to localize yung anti-bullying policy. So, halimbawa na lang dito, we have, ganito. The school should provide the following programs and initiatives to prevent bullying. So, dyan, pwede nyo mag-enumerate kayo ng specific programs na pwede ninyong gawin. And as well as so dito, schools insert specific efforts in the personal with how are you going to handle the bully. Okay? Then, marami pa yan dyan. So, dito na din, meron ding mga disciplinary actions na pwedeng gawin doon sa mga bata. So, halimbawa na lang dito. So, level of disciplinary intervention, then the penalty. So, halimbawa, first level of disciplinary, meron din tayong second level, then meron ding third level. So, yung mga first level, example, uttering profanities, disruptive behavior, grabbing belongings, punching, pinching. So, kapag first offense, written reprimand and summon of parents. So, yun ho. Then, for the second offense, suspension for 3 days. Okay. Then, suspension for 5 days. Kapag third, then, that's, so just take a look kasi meron tayong first, second, and third offense for the first level. The second level, stalking, catcalling, wolf whistling, under unwanted invitation, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, sexist slurs, persistent. Kapag meron ganito, assaulting, so basahin nyo na lang para alam nyo yung, ano yung first offense, second offense, third offense. Okay? Then meron na tayong third level. Ito, malala na talaga to. First offense pa lang, inclusion na talaga. So, halimbawa, inflicting physical injuries to another learner when the victim is incapacitated or requires medical intervention for 10 days or more. So, then offensive physical body gesture to someone, exposing private parts to sexual gratification of the respondent with the effect of demeaning, harassing, threatening, intimidating the opponent party. So, itong mga third level mga offenses, isang ano pa lang, just once, automatic exclusion. Pero again, prior to this, dapat well-oriented yung mga parents, teachers, as well as the community. Okay? So, yun ho. Lahat dito, you can find everything na pwede ninyong gawin para sa mga sanctions as well as ng mga level. Kasama nila din dito yung mga non-bullying related ng mga offenses. Okay? So, tingnan nyo na lang, nandito po yan lahat sa DepEd Order number 6, series of 2026. Alright? So, good luck sa lahat. Okay? Meron rin tayong mga ibang mga annexes na pwede ninyong you can review it. Alright? So, magandang araw sa lahat. Good luck to the next school year, 2026 to 2027.